So we're going to pull this bumper off. Watched a couple of YouTube videos on it, so I'm YouTube certified now. But these clips, the center part just pushes in and then it releases it. Pull this bumper off because it got smacked on the passenger side and needs to be repainted, and it's not lining up anymore, so I got to figure out why it's not lining up. And it just go from side to side. Yeah, it's the same type of clips. Center pops up. I'll go do the same on the other side. Now I think it's just the underneath. The other side. Just so that way I get my whole back dirty, not just half of it. So weird doing this when you have a bubble in your eye. I had eye surgery, retina surgery, and have a bubble in my eye. Any of you guys have that stuff? Woke up one morning and I couldn't see out of one of my eyes. I had built up scar tissue in my eyeball. Alright, that's all the bottom one. Alright, now I think we grab it. It pulls away somehow. Good. Looks like the bumper release. This looks like we got a broken tab. And that's why it wasn't lining up anymore. Yeah. I don't want you to come off yet. Gotta get electrical items off. And one more clip. Down here. Alright. Bumper's off. And then assess this clip that I think is our culprit for it not lining up anymore. Well, let's see what we're doing. Yep, clip is broken. I'll show it to you guys. Alright, so this is where it got hit, right on this side. And you can see right here, this clip is broken. So we need to order one of those. Probably could glue it back together, but you know, just replace it. One of those things. I got a friend that works at a Toyota dealership and we should be able to get the part pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off and we'll go from there. Alright, so what do we got? We got a clips, and I need to start using my headlamp. I got a headlamp for this stuff. Maybe a screwdriver. Cross point. Looks like a cross point. So, or Phillips. My dad always called them cross points. I think so as kids could understand what they were. It wasn't confusing to us. It was either cross point or a flat blade. Oh yeah, a little quarter turn and they pop up. Let's see what that did. Oh, that's still nothing. I wonder if I can get to the backside. Oh, okay. So it must be clips that are holding it now. Little pry tool. Make them real easy for the engineers to put them together. Really hard for us to pull them apart. Yeah, I'm squeezing the wrong tabs, but it's still pulled off without breaking. But it's all broken. So that's our problem. So the part that was supposed to hold the bumper tight to the fender here was broken away. Oh, that bolt back in there. I do that a lot, especially on restoration jobs. I'll put the stuff back in the hole that it belongs to. Alright, I'm going to pull this black plastic piece off so I don't have to mask. I like wrapping the paint around the edges if possible. More of those pop up the center clips, but I can get to the back side, so I'm wondering if I can. There's a little plastic tab that's pinching the other plastic tab. Looks like that has to be pried up, and that has to be pried down at the same time. There it goes. There we go. Not difficult to get off, but then when you go to put it on, it just snaps right on. Such a trip. Like I was telling my neighbor, these clips are designed to come off. I mean to go on, but not to come off. I'm painting this this corner right here, so I just wanted to have all that stuff out of the way. I'll blend my color about here. There's a scratch here I might have to deal with. I don't think that'll buff out. Alright, we'll have to figure that one out. Because we're dealing with a pearl, it's not an easy color to blend. So don't need to repaint that. So we ordered the part, the plastic clip, and that we'll have later on today. So that won't be an issue. Basically just painting this thing is going to be the next task. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and 800 this all down. Sand it all down with 800, then we'll go in and we'll fix where it's rubbed through. And when we 800, we'll see if we can get this fixed. If not, then I'll just repaint it. Now the rest of the bumper looks pretty good. There's a couple little rock chips. Now with the 800, what we're going to do is just basically dull it so that our nuclear sticks. We have to use a high grit like 800 so our pearl doesn't show sand scratches in it. Once the scratch went away, there's just in the top coat of clear. I'm going to hit this with all with 800 and then I'll come over it with 400 for the damages. Some of this area we'll have to hit with the Scotch-Brite pad. Looks like the neighbor brought up my trash can. Alright, I'm going to switch to 400 and we'll sand that out. Alright, I'll flip the bumper over. And I started sanding where the scratch was. This is an 80 grit. And we're scratching it good enough for the spot putty I have. I got bumper repair. It's designed for these urethane bumpers. You can see the line, basically a line here that I guess it pressed in and kind of compressed it a little bit. I really don't feel it on the backside enough to be able to push it out and have it stay out, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up that 2-part spot putty stuff. Wipe it down with acetone first. Clean out the fibers real good. These bumpers get kind of fibery when you sand into them with rough grit. Alright, so this is called Easy Sand. Flexible parts repair made by 3M. There's probably a couple companies that make it, but it's a two-part, equal parts, a white and a dark gray. This stuff goes pretty far too. It's lasted me a while, but it is pricey. So, two parts, equal parts. And then you just mix it together good. You got a decent amount of work time with it too before it starts catalyzing. So don't be afraid to mix it up really well. Okay, I think that's blended out pretty good. Alright, we'll let that set up. Looks pretty good. We got that bumper repair kit on it. Now I'm taking 80 grit with a hard block and just kind of smoothing it in. I'm going to switch to 150 before I get too far down into it, but I want to start with the 80. And I'm going to switch over to 150 now, because I know my primer covers 150 grit pretty good, so 80 it might take a little bit more, couple coats. So you'll feel a little bump right here. Alright, that's good. Put them up here. This stuff feathers really nice. That's like a reverse body line. Little concave area. Make sure this has it. Yep, this side has it too. Okay, good. I can see two low spots right here, one here and one here. But that's small, so my primer will fill that. But I will take it and just kind of make sure that it's sanded. Good deal. Alright, now I could mask this bugger off. Have to make sure that we stay outside of that rough sandpaper. If there's any areas that have that 80 grit scratch, that's really going to show. We were able to go pick up the Toyota bracket earlier today. It was nice. Got a friend that works at Toyota, helped me out. Got the part in pretty quickly. This will be great that I can get this done tonight. Because then tomorrow morning I can sand it and get it ready for paint. I do have to take Chris to to the doctor. She broke her foot earlier this week. Or her ankle, actually. That'll be pretty good. Alright. As you see, last night I forgot to film again. I primed it. I got it all primed up, masked up. I think I masked it on camera, but I went ahead and shot primer. I shot the primer while I was cooking dinner, so kind of an afterthought while I was cooking. I said I might as well try to get primer on it. Got primer on it last night, and today we're gonna hopefully get color on it. Can't see me not getting color, but we got his doctor's appointment today. So we're just gonna play it by ear, see what we get done. So that's unmanned. So I guide coated it. I think I said that already, but just to reinforce. So I got basically a little bit of black overspray I get to sand off. See how that looks. And we have to make sure that we don't feel this line at all. If we feel the line, we'll see the line. Base coat does not cover anything. Some people think that paint covers imperfections, and it doesn't. The primer and sanding is for. I'm using flexible primer. Not really flexible primer, it doesn't say it is, it's a urethane primer. Which my thought always is, urethane is basically rubber base. Kind of the meaning of urethane, right? So, my assumption is it has pretty decent flex. And we've tested it, and a lot of it does have a lot of flex in it. So. The old lacquers, and I could understand. Even enamels I thought had a lot of flex in it, but lacquer has absolutely no flex in it. Those would require a flex additive. You can kind of see that when you're sanding it, you kind of see it kind of blend away. That's kind of what you're looking for. If it's a straight line, you know that it still has to be somewhat visible. I no longer have a hard ledge like this here. Now this is going to look. I did like 3 coats of primer. So a decent amount of primer for this little area, but there was a couple low spots I wanted to be able to sand out, which I think you did because I don't see them. The guide coat would show that. With it wet, you can see the reflection. I can't see anything. I'm going to switch over to 800 and finish sanding this out with 800 grit. Just because we're shooting pearl. When you shoot a pearl coat, base coat has to lay real flat. You can't rely on the clear to get rid of any sand scratches. doing pretty good. I don't see any great fan scratches left over. Make sure we don't have any of those. Alright, I don't want to break through and get into any of the other stuff. That feels good. We're going to call that good. Okay, now we're going to clean it all off and Scotch-Brite it. And Scotch-Brite the whole area that we're going to do. And that has to dry off. So I'll take a paper towel because it's pretty cold out today. We've been having some weather in California. Finally. Normally we go from our summers are super hot and then we go to hot warm for winter. We're getting to be more like Arizona than we used to be. So this is our repair spot. So our white will come to about here. Our pearl coat will come to about here, and our clear coat will be to here. So that's the plan. Here's a piece of ultrafine raised Scotch-Brite pad. Now we're just gonna hit the whole area. I know this Scotch-Brite pad you could buff out pretty decently, so I don't mind going a little wide on it. And what we're going to touch up our clear to. I think this is a good place to blend our clear, and we don't really have to worry too much about the blend. Oh, I'd say that's pretty good. Look at all different angles, see if I see any shiny. Nope. We're good. Okay, now we're going to wipe it down and clean it all off. I like wiping down with glass cleaner first, and then I go over it with pre-cleano. Pre-cleano doesn't always get off the dirt. It takes oil off, right? Oil and wax, but this will help with the dirt. Where this light goes, I'm going to mask off so we don't have to deal with all the stuff in there. Pretty dirty in there. We'll be good for that. Now we'll start masking. We'll do the pre-cleano. Folded edge on this. And I'm hoping my clear doesn't have to come anywhere near this, but just in case it does, we'll have it all masked off for it. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can back mask it, so no spray gets underneath and comes back around to hit the top side. Any holes that can be sprayed through, you want to try to mask off. Figure out a way to do this. Proper way would be to get a pencil and draw it out, but let's see See how good I can do. Yeah. Alright, now we just gotta back mask it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a piece of 36-inch paper. Is she really 18? No. Nope. Now, one of the things you have to worry about, a lot of people call it overspray, but in reality it can also go under stuff. That's why I like to mask off so thoroughly. Nothing sucks worse than having to play borrow a whole entire job after you get done. Alright, got some more tape. I'm going to roll this over and then mask the backside. I think that'll be the easier way to do it. A lot of this is covered by being inside the car, but I never liked it when you pulled apart a car and you saw overspray on everything. I like it so much better when it's nice and clean, and even the factory didn't do a clean edge on this side, but it doesn't take that much longer to mask all this off. And it makes such a cleaner job when you're done. One more piece over there and we're done. Alright, bumper's masked. Now I gotta wipe it down with pre-cleaner. The reason why I didn't do that before was because I knew I was going to be touching the bumper. Once we wipe it down with the pre-cleaner, it's Prep All is the company I'm using today. Once you wipe it down with that, then you don't want to touch it again. Pre-cleaner first. And white. And this is white and then pearl white. So the white crystal shine metallic. And this is the white crystal ground coat. So this color goes on first, then this color goes on top, and then we clear coat it. This color was a pretty penny. And this is mixed up 1-to-1 with reducer. Now let's go ahead and wipe down the bumper with a pre-cleaner. Now this is a two-step process. If you don't do the second step, you're not cleaning it. That is, you wipe it on. Just do that size. And then you wipe it off. They say that if you just wipe it, then there's a good chance you're just smearing it. So you want to wipe it on, wipe it off. Okay, that's clean. So we'll take a tack cloth, we'll tack it off. And then we'll spray a little bit of white. Now, a tack cloth you don't want to push hard. You just want to just get the lint off. That's it. You put a little acetone in the gun and make sure it's spraying good. Check pattern. Looks good. Strainer. The first number on my color cup is still a decent amount of paint, so we don't need this, but we do need to do probably 2 to 3 coats to hide that primer. Alright, that's first coat. Now we gotta wait about 10 minutes for that to flash off. And this is the waiting game. So when I get this all done, then I'll bring you back for when I start the pearl coat. We'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, so we were able to get the new clip on here. We ordered that. That's installed, bolted on. So now I just gotta basically put the bumper back together. I took out this light. I don't know if you can see it in the lighting. I took out this light here, so we put that back in. And now I took off the bottom edge of the bumper. So I have to put that back together. I gotta go grab that real fast. And it's up. The part that I said is, you know, they make it real hard to take off. But putting back on, it should go a lot smoother. They designed them to go on, not to come off. So. We line up these, line up those, and then it just snaps on. Get these clips off because I put these in so I didn't lose them. Alright, now we do the other side. Like I said, it goes together really quick. Alright, that's done. Next up is open the hood. And I'm going to put on this cover first. Got that toe cover. Might as well put it on. You can see the back side. Alright. That's done, that's done, that's done. Alright. Yeah, now the fun part's going to be hooking up the electrical and then going from there. We adjusted the hood the other day too. Trying to get that to line up a little better. There's a piece of foam, and I'm curious on where that goes. I got a piece of foam that has to go in here also. That piece there. This piece here looks like it goes into something, so. Alright. Lined out. So that goes there. That guides air into the radiator. Alright. So now we got that done, that done. We're just making sure everything's done. We got 3 electrical wires that have to be plugged in. See if that gets it close enough. Okay, lights are hooked up. Put this up high enough. Okay, this. Alright, that'll hold that. It's looking good. That looks good. Alright. Now let's check. Don't want to snap anything in place yet. So I want to make sure under here is the right side of what. Make that tucks in. That all looks good. This side has to be adjusted. Okay. All right. That looks a lot better. All right. That's lined up, that's lined up. Alright, much gooder. So we started underneath the car. Oh, extra bolts. Well, at least not yet. Alright, got that done. Now we got to do the wheel wells. What do we got? These are all just clips. So I think there's one screw. Yeah, one screw. exactly what it was. How the left and the right got confused. One, two, three. Oh. So much more of those clips. These are the weird ones that push in to release. Okay, so we can reverse them. We have to put this out of the way. That down. Just a second. Okay, so if we push that all the way out, that drops in and pushes in. Alright. No extra parts. That's weird. Looks good. There's a little possible touch up on the fender. With it being pearl white, I don't know. Alright, that's it. That's the job done. So we were able to fix the big scratch that was right here. There's a big old scratch. This was broken, so this wasn't lining up to the fender anymore. We got that done. Alright, I'm going to go have lunch. I'll talk to you guys later.